Probably best suited for skating in Central Park, but we're across the river and we are in for a cold one at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. Alongside my partner Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, you take a look at this Giants ball club. They come in mired in a brutal stretch right now, losers of 8 straight games.
Can you imagine going 2 straight months without winning a game and still trying to hold it together? They've got to find some inspiration somewhere that can lead them to a victory.
Meanwhile, 2 teams have met in Super Bowl 35 down in Tampa. The Ravens and Giants are underway. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. So here's the first drive for the Ravens, and at the helm is the 2023 NFL Most Valuable Player. Second such time he's won the award, Lamar Jackson.
You talk about the pause that refreshes. I think it's come at a perfect time of the year for them, hasn't it? You know, the season is starting to wind down, got a little bit of a break. But how about the guy calling the signals? He's got to be excited about that because now he didn't just get a game plan for 1 week. He was able to work on it for 2 weeks. I can't wait to see if they have anything special in store for him today.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And not a whole lot there, maybe a yard to the 27. You talk about this Giant defense. They enter play 1 from the bottom, number 31 in the league, Charles, against the run.
One thing players always tell us is that they never really pay attention to numbers. I don't believe them for a second. They know where they rank, okay? They're not quite at the top, but they're far from the bottom. But let's face it, they want to move up. In order to do that, they've got to look at each other and make sure everyone's taking care of their assignments in order to play the run better. To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
To throw is Jackson. Open man is Hill. He's got it. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and that's going to bring up second down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Jackson. That's complete. It's Zay Flowers with it. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 39. A gain there of 21 yards. So the drive takes them into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. They'll run for the first time with Hill. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Brian Burns, the one to bring it down. 2nd and 10. Jackson now. A quick throw there is incomplete.
Yeah, offenses always try to be smart about when they're trying to dial up a screen to the running back because they understand you can only get to the well so many times in the game without the defense starting to anticipate the call.
Play action. It's Jackson. This throw taken in by Isaiah Likely. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 27-yard line. 12 yards the pickup there, good for a Raven first. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. Off the play fake, here's Jackson. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But this defense gets 2 more stops. They can keep them out of that area.
That's complete to the fullback, Ricard. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
Well, this has certainly been a nice drive with the way they've spread the football around. Here, they even get the fullback involved in the passing game. That's got to cause a lot of consternation on the defensive side. You've got to cover him, too. That makes things really difficult.
And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It'll be a loss of 2 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. So Jackson will head to the Ravens sideline, and on comes Justin Tucker for the field goal try. Tucker's kick is good, and the Ravens strike first at 3-zip. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. And a good return, but he pays the price at the end of it as he's picked up and thrown down. So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. They will be led out by a second-round pick in 2019. Out of Missouri, it's Drew Lock.
He had the numbers of a game last week that if you win, you talk about him being a gritty guy, managing the game, getting it done. But they lost. So obviously 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown pass, that's not going to be good enough. Got to get that changed around.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. To throw it is Lock. Catch made by Slayton. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Now Lock. Once again, he finds Slayton. And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. When you give up points on the opening drive, in this case a field goal, you'd hate to go 3 and out. They avoid that.
They do, and it's also walking that fine line mentally, too, as a coach, isn't it? Because you want to emphasize to your team exactly what you said. All right, we gave up a field goal. Let's go back and at least equal that, guys. But if we don't, you don't want them to feel like it's the end of the world either. Nice that they were able to pick up the first down there, help them relax a little bit.
And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. A gain of just 1. From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd and 9. Block now to throw. As this complete to Daniel Bellinger. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll leave them with a 3rd and 2. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Now Lock on the bootleg. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Giants first down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2. The Giants at 2-11 now on the year. And they come in mired in a brutal stretch right now. Losers of 8 straight games.
Could you imagine being in those coaches' rooms right now? And you remember the old expression, there's no such thing as a bad idea? That's really true right here. They're searching for any idea, anything that can galvanize this team and find a victory and get them out of this losing spin.
Right back to Tracy, and he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down.
That's a gain of 3. Now 3rd and 5.
Throwing now is Lock. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. For the second quarter from MetLife Stadium, the Giants with the football as they've got it with a 4th down coming up. Gano's kick is good, and that will tie us at 3-3. So matching field goals on our opening 2 drives.
Yeah, it feels like 2 boxers feeling each other out here in the early going of the game, right? Exchanging some jabs, but none of the heavy stuff just yet.
Each team with a possession, each team with a field goal as the kick is away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Now it's Jackson. Throw left side complete. That's Flowers. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Now Jackson. A short throw caught by Andrews.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. With a lot of the media, Charles, ourselves included, starting to prep those MVP ballots, you wonder if last week's performance, which he admitted was not very good, if that hurt him at all coming down the stretch.
Less than 50 yards on the ground in last week's game that you referenced, and let's face it, if he has another game like that, we'll erase him from the MVP discussion. He won't even be talked about anymore. He has to bounce back with 100-plus in this one in order to stay in that race.
Now Jackson taps this forward jet sweep, and he's going to be touched down, but he's got the first down.
And this is just a little touch pass. They send the receiver in motion, just kind of tap it forward to him. Now, it doesn't turn into a huge play, but they do pick up a first down, a nice, consistent gain.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. 16 yards on that one, and a Raven first.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
They'll bring a tight end in motion left. He'll get this to Flowers, left side. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another first down.
A gain of 4 yards. First down, Baltimore.
Here's Jackson to throw. They complete it to Hill. Call it a gain of a yard, and that'll make it 2nd down.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Complete. It's Johnson. And he is out of bounds. Looks like right at the 15. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Now it's Jackson. And that's to the left sideline and incomplete. Credit the Giants defense that time in pass coverage. 4th down. Another good drive, Charles, but it looks like another that might end in a field goal try.
They've made some nice plays. They've given themselves opportunities, but as you noted, another field goal attempt coming up. And that's not how they want to end drives. They've got to figure out what's the final touch that they need to push it across the goal line.
Yeah, still yet to find the end zone. So we're trading first-half field goals. No breakthrough on the touchdown front. Got a 6-3 game.
Yeah, and I know so many people look at a game through offensive eyes, right? They want to see how the game's played that way. You know how I'm going to view it, right? The defenses, to me, have responded well in this game. Like what I'm seeing from them, both of them hoping to keep it to field goals and not give up big touchdowns.
The Giants offense and receiver Malik Neighbors headed onto the field, and he's been filling up the stat sheet on a weekly basis. So to no one's surprise, his name sits near the top of the list in terms of most receptions by a wideout this season. They'll start with a run by Tracy, and he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. From the 33, here's a 2nd and 8. They'll go again with Tracy. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It's a gain of 11 and a Giant first down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Here's Locke to throw. He'll get this into the hands of the wideout from LSU. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on third. Here's Locke. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
And I think he was a little surprised to see the ball sitting out there like that. That's a ball he had a chance to come away with, but it winds up an incomplete pass.
And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. The Ravens offense and Lamar Jackson set to take over once again. And he's been a nightmare for defenses to try and contain all year long. NFL leader in rushing yards at the QB position here late in the season. Here's Jackson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Johnson. So the completion good for 7 there. And it'll be second down. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Throwing is Jackson. Again, it's Johnson. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. Jackson. Throwing out left and finding Likely. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. To throw is Jackson. Open man, that's Henry. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Jackson now. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 32-yard line. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call.
They asked him to take charge and get them to a spot where they could at least attempt a kick before the half, and he does just that. Didn't trust what he saw downfield, so he took it upon himself to get them into field goal range using his legs. That's coming through with a play they needed in a big spot.
So that one is his 3rd of the game. Now, if you're wondering, that's only halfway to his career high, as he once had 6 field goals.
Brendan, 6? Let's hope we don't get that again, please. Can we see a few touchdowns here and there?
That'd be nice. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. 1 second, all that remains. A final shot before half for Locke. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And it's knocked away and incomplete. So we have reached halftime in what's a 6-point game at the break. As we get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman. As always, this one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Giants offense set to begin this 3rd quarter. Well, out of the locker rooms here they come, their first drive of the 3rd quarter. And Charles, they're trailing in this ball game, but we got a tight one set up to be a very entertaining second half.
And as we know, partner, in the NFL, there's trailing and there's trailing, right? Sometimes you're discouraged by how much you're down, but in this case, this is a tight ball game, so there's a sense of optimism here. I think they went into half and looked at their play sheet and said, these are the plays we really like. What do you say we use them to start the second half and get us going?
Straight ahead, here's Tracy. Now a loose football. The ball comes out. But it looks like one of the DBs has it. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. So the opposite of what they envisioned when they left that locker room, a turnover on the opening drive of this 3rd quarter.
I like your identification there because that's exactly what they discussed in the locker room before they came out on the field. Let's get the ball. Let's go down and score, put some points on the board, and feel good about it. Not an insurmountable lead, but definitely not how they saw it at halftime.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. That is caught, and they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
They look to throw. It's Locke. Throw right side, taken in by Bellinger. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Second down and a yard.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up second and a yard.
Locke going to throw. That's caught left side by Neighbors. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. A gain there of 21 yards. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. First and 10. Locke working out of the gun. The short throw pulled in by Bellinger. Only able to gain a couple there, and it'll be second down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's second and 8 at the Ravens' 23-yard line.
They'll hand it to Tracy. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They give those 2 yards right back, and now they're looking at a third and 10.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
To throw it is Locke. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Adafe Owe in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
Well, obviously the pass rush gets the glory and the statistics on this play, but the coverage, they deserve a ton of credit too. Denied open windows, erased the quarterback's targets one by one. Everywhere he looked, someone was covered. Only a matter of time before someone got there to bring him down.
For the Giants field goal, a 51-yard attempt.
Gano's kick is good, and that trims the lead to 3. It's 9-6 now. So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Ravens offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he had it going in the first half, that's for sure. He's really had his way with his secondary. They've been powerless to stop him, and he'll look to keep it rolling right here. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Now, this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive. Now a second and 10. Off the play fake, here's Jackson. A short throw caught by Andrews. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. They'll come up now third and 3. They snap it at 1. Now it's Jackson. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. This second and 4. Henry running right. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 12 yards the pickup there. Good for a Raven first.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock. Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Look pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Inside handoff, Henry. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. 48 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Might we see our first touchdown of the game? Here's 1st and goal. Jackson. This is caught. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Zay Flowers, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. For quarterbacks, there are a number of ways to measure a good statistical season. This is one of them. That last touchdown pass, his 30th on the year. Justin Tucker for the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it's capped off with a Ravens touchdown. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play. Multiple plays.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. It's the Giants with possession of the football but needing points as we start quarter number 4. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. From the 46, here's 2nd and a couple. Quickly into the hands of Neighbors off the RPO. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
That's good for a Giants. 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
On to give, it's Tracy. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the Ravens' 46-yard line.
In motion, Slayton. Now a play fake, and here's Locke. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a 1-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
Tracy going to get it on 1st down. Oh, no, he lost the football. Oh, and one of the linebackers has got it. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
I know a lot of defensive coaches have certain guys on their squad that they look to as drive stoppers, guys who can make big plays, interceptions, knock it free. In this case, they didn't need one. The offense supplied it for them, just dropping the ball.
Yeah, and that was after they were doing so well on this drive through the air. They go to the ground, doesn't work. The Ravens offense back out there. And they sit in a good spot, having the ball back after the fumble recovery and up 2 scores in the fourth quarter. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So they keep the football, but now face 2nd and long. Shotgun snap to Locke. A short throw pulled in by Bellinger. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And 3rd and 8 now. Locke now to throw. Another pass complete to Bellinger. And they're going to get him down shy of the 1st at about the 13-yard line. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that'll bring up 4th down. Gano's kick is good. And this is back down to a 7-point game. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The visitors' offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes, and he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long. And he'll get this up just shy of the 30.
Good push from the offensive line, and they've done well so far to build this lead. Now they've got to get things to the finish line, and that's a solid pickup there to begin the drive.
2nd down, they go again with Henry. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion left. Here's Jackson to throw. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Brian Burns with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7. The Ravens send their punter out now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. On the return, Jackson. They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. The Giants offense and their running back getting set to go once more. And he's had his fair share of troubles in this one, unfortunately. This defensive front has wreaked havoc throughout the contest, and he hasn't been able to create enough space to make something positive happen to this point. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Now Locke. Under pressure, and down he goes. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down. And that sack, Charles, just looked like a case where a speedy defensive end is a little bit quicker than the offensive tackle.
Yeah, it makes it difficult for a tackle to determine what exactly to do. Do you do the kick slide and try and get back in the pocket and meet him there? Do you meet him on the line of scrimmage where they call a quick set? In any event, right now, he's having his troubles.
Throwing now is Locke. Gets this to Bellinger. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. They'll come to the line. This is 3rd and 3. Lock to throw. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. Here we go. This is 4th down.
Here we go.
Now Locke, gotta have this one. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays that have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. That ball caught by Slayton. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Now Locke. Going right side, he finds Slayton. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Final minute, 1 timeout remaining. 1st and 10. Locke. That is caught inside the 5. The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. Now 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 3-yard line.
Here's Locke. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. Back to throw. Locke. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
With no timeouts left, that's a dangerous proposition, work in the middle of the field. Fortunately for them, that one fell incomplete.
Locke to throw. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete. They took their shot for the end zone, almost cost him.
And he made the right play there, knocking it away. But, boy, it looked like he had a chance to come down with the football. And if he does that, this thing is over. Instead, he leaves him out there with another chance.
Eluding the... And he is across and in for the score. And now they can tie the game in the final stages with the extra point.
Or they can go for 2 and go for the win. The defense was almost too good on that play. They took away all of his targets. The one thing they forgot, to account for him as a runner. And he's able to tuck it and go for the end zone and get it done.
And now the decision is to go for 2. A gutsy call, and this, in effect, is your ball game right here. And we may very well be headed to overtime. That one was an extended drive, 14 plays all told. And the touchdown and PAT mean we are tied here in the final minute of play. So now after the clutch field goal, he's back out there to boot it away in what's now a tie ball game. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll start things out at the 25. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And Charles, obviously not much time left. I'm curious to see if there's enough for them to get into field goal range and try to win this thing.
And partner, you and I both know the safe calls to kneel and just take it into overtime. But it's also very tough to pass up a chance to win it right now as well. But remember, if you do attempt that, it's got to be a big play downfield and still leave yourself enough time to get your field goal unit out there and kick for the win.
That is caught. Bateman. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Jackson. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And the Giants have it. It's picked up, and they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. Well, that's unfortunate because he had a nice run going, but give credit to the defense. They got a hand in the cookie jar there, CD.
You have to think about vision, finding a place to get down after you know you've gotten all you can out of a run, and obviously ball security is paramount. In today's football, everyone's coming after the rock. You've got to make sure you protect it and protect the yardage you just gained.
Here we go. This to avoid overtime. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. So the game will continue for at least one more play.
Cannot finish a game on a defensive penalty. That's why they get one more untimed attempt.
And the kick is good. Graham Gano connects as time expires. And the Giants win the football game. So a victory here for the men in blue, the New York Giants. And it took a big fourth quarter to do it, but they were able to get the job done, and that's the bottom line.
No doubt about it. And let's face it, they had to be more than nervous in the fourth quarter. But a lot of that was their own doing. I think you observed during the game, their energy level just didn't seem to be there. But in the fourth quarter, somehow they dug deep and found that extra bit, right? That reserve tank. They hauled it out. Offense scored some points. Defense held them. And lo and behold, they walk away with a win. Maybe expend a little more energy than they expected to, but they'll take it.
So for the Giants, it's just their third win on the campaign as they move to 3-11 on the year. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Atlanta Falcons. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, they fall to 8-6 with the loss.